Hey everyone, Not Daddy here, and we're going to do a review today. We're going to try something new and different here. We're going to do a short little spotlight on something, we'll call them sentimental spotlights and that. So I came across this book when I was doing some hunting the other day, and as soon as I saw it, it flashed me back to like when I was like a little kid. Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw this book how fast that brought me back to that time. And I figured, you know what? This is a book you don't see very often in that. And as soon as I saw it, I wanted to get it and read it in that. So I figured this might be something cool to kind of share with everybody else too. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. Every time I come across something that's kind of sentimental and brings me back to a previous time. And it's also a little bit more, I wouldn't say rare per se, but something you don't see as common in that. We'll do a little spotlight on it because, again, how else will you see some of this stuff? So back in the 70s, they had Hannah Barbera had comics in Marvel. This one's Huckleberry Hound. They had other ones too, like the Laugh Olympics and Yogi Bear and that. So I definitely remember all those. I especially remember this one too because it was a #1, and I remember this big bright cover. And I remember they always had this on the side here too, which I always thought was pretty cool. It showed all the characters in that. And I think this is also reminds me of the Marvel 25th issues or 25th anniversary issues that has all the border with all the characters around it. So lots of nostalgia here. I always remember this as a kid too. That was always something that was stuck in my mind. I remember seeing that on comics a lot. This one here is a little different too. I don't remember seeing newsprints back then of this. I think it had Huckleberry Hound in there as well. So definitely check this out. Awesome back here. I'm sure as soon as you see this, anyone that's old like me will remember these as well. This book here is in super great shape. Pretty happy with it. Let's jump into it. As you can see here, you got Huckleberry Hound and Yogi Bear coming out of a tin can there, and there's a alien in the background, which is always a staple in old comics. Had to have some aliens around. Alright, jump right inside. Classic movie ad, Bad News Bears. Oh, this is one of the sequels. They go to Japan. One of the pretty funny movies. Nowadays, they would definitely not be allowed. The world has changed quite a bit, especially with their views on certain things. Alright, so we jump right into this here. This is right, let's see the year here. 1978. So yeah, I was pretty much 3 years old then. So I must have saw this probably when I was about 4 or 5 on a shelf somewhere. So again, inside, pretty nice white pages. That's pretty cool, being such an older book. And it is that amazing old newsprint that most of us older people who collect comics and that can definitely relate to. Great coloring there. It's all that kind of dot matrix type of work. So you got Huckleberry Hound here waking up in the morning, and he peeks outside, and it's dark out. Everything's stolen. So again, Yogi Bear sees the same thing over here, and they decide to, I guess, phone around, see what's going on. Phones up Ranger Smith there, and they end up jumping into the Jeep to see what's going on, and they end up driving into a wall, it looks like. So I'm guessing there's probably some kind of big dome or something like that. Oh, or maybe they've been trapped in a can like we see here. So maybe we got one of those Brainiac things going on here where they shrunk them down like the city of Kandor. So they don't know what's going on. There you go. Somewhere else you got Huckleberry Finn in the desert. One of my favorite things in the old comic book ads are these ads. Remember the Slim Jim ones? These were quite famous for a long time, the vampire ones and stuff. And then, of course, in the late 80s, early 90s, you got the Macho Man becoming the Slim Jim guy. You got these ads. They always had stuff like this back then for selling newspapers or magazines and stuff where you could, sell things and then, cash it in for points and that. I never ever knew anyone that did that, so I think that was probably bigger in the States. I don't think that it was too popular in Canada. It was hard to get stuff in Canada back then. Nobody mailed up to Canada. Always saw things like this, the Icy Slurpee guy, and again, more sports stuff, or more reward stuff. People think nowadays that all the reward stuff is new, but they had all the stuff back then. It was just you had to mail away for it back then. All right, back into the comic here. We see that Huckleberry Finn has come across a little green man. Says he's here to collect honey. And it looks like he, shrunk the city, or he thinks he disintegrated, but actually looks like he shrunk it. So pretty neat. Now I guess the little green alien here is telling his story, not using this device. Shows him being sent down here to collect the honey, and instead of just zapping away the honey, he kind of transported everything away. So looks like that's what he did. He, instead of just canning up the honey with his laser beam, he took the whole city. So I guess now he's gonna try and figure out how to save them. So as you can see, Yogi Bear trying to tell the policeman that they were stuck inside a can, and again, more of these horrible ads. These some of these were pretty cool because again in the States they didn't have this stuff in Canada ever, because I know I tried a couple of times and got rejected, especially with that Kool-Aid Man comic. I really wanted that and they didn't give it to me. So again, you buy a certain amount of wrappers here and $10 or $12, and you got a remote controlled Batmobile or a Spider-Mobile car, so that's pretty cool. And again, here's stupid crap gifts that I'm sure never really worked, like the X-ray goggles, the see-through ladies' dresses, and that. Or then you got like mail away diplomas, how to be a skilled locksmith, and of course always the go from weak to super god exercise programs. All right, so Yogi's coming out of the station talking to Boo Boo and that, and it looks like over here we got the alien. He's gonna zap him and Huckleberry with a mirror to send them into that space too, to take them the easy route to get to that canning station. So that's what they do. They get there, and now they're gonna start looking through these cans to again find the missing city, Jellystone Park, I guess. Oh, again all these cool t-shirts that you could order, and they were so cheap back then. $3.50 plus 50 cents for shipping. You know how much shipping is nowadays? Not 50 cents for a t-shirt. It's probably like 25 bucks. But all these great old classic logos, and this is the kind of stuff you see in stores today with the retro looks in that, like as if we haven't seen this, or as if we haven't seen that, or the Hulk, right? So Thor never goes out of style. Something you wouldn't see in a kid's magazine nowadays, or any magazine really, besides an actual gun magazine, is a BB rifle. It's not the Red Ryder one. Pretty close though. Again, you got Huckleberry Hound and this alien looking, trying to find the can. Of course, it's needle in the haystack. And then there's a sign saying if you open up your waist, it's punishable by law. So you get Yogi Bear and Boo Boo using a blowtorch to get out of the can. And again, as soon as he gets out of the can, he shoots up inside. So now he finds out he's on this alien planet. And, oh, I forgot that's all honey. So again, now this guy's going to have some honey, and he goes to get some more, and he finds out that they're eating all this candy. And finds out that they're alerted that Yogi's there. So they find Yogi. And I guess they, again, they bring him in, kind of save everybody. Again, this cool stuff too. During this time, they had like the Laugh Olympics cartoon on, Captain Caveman and that as well too, Hong Kong Phooey, and they all had comics in this too. This was almost like before they had the Star imprint. They had this like this Hannah Barbera line. Flintstones, I got a Flintstones one. Maybe that'd be one I do for you guys one day. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you have anything you come across that makes you think that same feeling, as soon as you see it, super nostalgic, and maybe I can cover that as well too. All right, so you see Yogi and Huckhound here, jumping in here, getting that last can there, because that's the leader or whatever, and it appears that's probably the can that has the city in it, Jellystone. So sure enough, they get sent back home to Earth, and they pull the release tab, which was a brand new big thing back then in the late 70s. Pull tabs and that. More ads and that. This is always fun and depressing at the same time. If you can see ads like this is just the little banner for it. But if they have pages of what you can buy back issues there, and it's like stuff that's like, you know, hundreds of dollars today for like 50 cents back then. So it's kind of neat. Again, all these are all just kind of mail away comics places. Nowadays, that would be all online. And again, sure enough, as soon as Yogi and Huck pull the pins on the cans, Jellystone shoots out. And of course, the mad alien dog that they zapped as well. They sent him there. And then you got a backup one here of Hokey Wolf. And I was trying to remember what that guy's name was on the front here, because I could remember everybody's name here, but I could not remember that guy's name. But sure enough, there it is, Hokey Wolf. So just kind of like Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, it always seems like, or Augie Doggy Daddy and his son, they always seem to have like a big version and a small version of the person, like a sidekick. And here looks like they're on a dude ranch and the wolf guy has broken down a statue. So. First appearance of Paladin. Always a staple back then, Hostess and Twinkie ads, especially when they have like the cartoon strips that always involve someone kind of stealing those things. Those are actually all put together in a book I saw. I think they have it on Amazon, all the Hostess cupcake ads or whatever they call it. They had, everybody in there, Marvel and DC. And then again too, we got here trying to get away, and I guess he gets caught and he's got to try to repair it, and has an accident with some glue there. Falls out a window, lands on a horse, and ends up inadvertently becoming the next great rodeo champion there, and makes enough money to fix the statue. So fun little Hannah Barbera cartoon. And of course finish it off with some more delivering stuff to get prizes. And also, like I said, always have to have the muscle ads there. Some of these things were pretty crazy back then, like little portable TVs, cassette players, label makers. Those are always popular back then. Ooh, a curling iron. So pretty neat stuff there. But again, I don't think anybody ever got that stuff. Or if they did, they had to be American, because they didn't have that in Canada. All right. Marvel Spotlight, Hannah Barbera Spotlight, Huckleberry Hound #1. Let me know what you guys thought about this. Should I do more of these kind of sentimental spotlights, go through an issue and that? And if you do think that, what do you think I should do? Maybe if you have some comments and stuff, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Share, like, subscribe. Let's try and grow those numbers. We'll see you soon.